Hi guys, welcome to this session on Microsoft Visio. In this module I want to have a look at shape data and data graphics. So on the screen I have a basic flowchart and I'm just going to bring a process onto the screen. Now shape data is already pre-populated for some diagrams, most in fact, not the basic one, you have to create them yourself, but this is a pre-populated list for shape data in a flowchart. If I just close that down, you can get shape data activated by the data tab and then shape data window, or depending on what version you've got, if you go to view, you've got task panes, and then in there you've got shape data. Whichever one you use, you can get shape data to display on the right. This is a floating box, should I say, so I've docked it to the right and I like it there. Now these are the defaults. You don't have to have these. You can basically right click and go into data and then define shape data, and what I'm going to do there is I'm just going to delete all of these except status, and I'm going to create a new one. So a new one, I'll just call it name. That can be text, that's okay. Another new one, and I'll call it cost. Should have kept that one. So I've got status, name and cost. Now I want name to go to the top, so what you need to do there is put a sort key in, 1, and again depending what version you've got will depend whether you've got this option. So status can go second, 2, cost 3. So that's the sort order that they will appear in this list. And cost needs to be a currency, so I'll just change that to currency so we've got it sitting in pounds. Click OK to that, and then you can see the name. I'll just call this one process 1. Status, now that I left that one there because that's got a drop down list, and I'll put in progress, and then the cost I'll put down £200. Now when you bring a second shape on process, it goes back to the default set. So what you've got to do here is you either create a template, a shape template like that, add it to your stencil and then bring it back from there. So what I mean by that is if I go into more shapes and open one of my stencils, projects, that's the one, let's open that one. So these are some shapes that I've created, and it'll just open this stencil, and then what I'm going to do is push this shape in there. So I'll just drag this one into there and call it process. So I have that to pull onto this document now. So when I pull that on, that's remembered that. So that's one way of doing it. Another way of doing it would be go to the developer tab, and you need to activate that through file options, or you can right click and go customize the ribbon to take the developer tab on, and in there you've got the document stencil, which will just basically give you the shapes that you've got on the screen. So if I pull that process or that one, they both should have the same. So that's the default one, that's the one I've done. So they've got the same fields. That one there, I need to name that. So either or, let me just get rid of that. What you don't want to be doing is reinventing the wheel each time. So I'm now going to use this process, and if I go back to home and put the connector tool on, I still get the functionality of having it snap into position, but each of these has now got the same shape data fields, as you can see there. Now because I filled the first one in, it's just basically copied that, so I didn't really need to fill that in. So this is going to be process 2, and it can be in progress, and that can be £50, and this will be process 3. Now this shape data you can, that's in progress, that could be 125. Shape data can be sent as a report to Excel, for example. So this information could be sent into an Excel file, and you can use Excel and share it with colleagues in Excel. to do that would be basically you go to the review tab and you've got shape reports and flowchart. If I just run that one just to show you, into Excel, OK, this will drop that data, which is not a massive amount of data, into Excel and open it up. So you get that stuff there, and then you can edit this if you need to. So that's one reason why you would fill in shape data. Get rid of that. Now back to this. What I want to do is use data graphics now to display some information. So if I just highlight all of these, you can do it one at a time, but I want to do it all together. Go to the data tab, and then you've got this option, advanced data graphics. I've already created some, but I'm going to create a new one, new data graphic. So what you'll get with new item is you'll get the fields that we've got there. So I want to do this for the cost field first of all, and I want to display the cost field as an icon. And you've got lots of options here, different icons, and you can just pick whatever you want. So I'm going to go for this one. I'm not going to fill the bottom one in, but basically if anything is greater than 100, I want it to display a green traffic light. If it's greater than 50, amber, and less or equals to 50, I want it to go red, like so. And it says use the default position, so at the moment I'm not using the default, it's going right at top. So if I drop that arrow down, you've got different options there. Right edge, I'll go for right edge top. Yeah, that's where I want it to go. Click OK to that, and OK again. Yes, and then you get the indicators going on there based on the money that I've already got in these shapes. So I click off these shapes, so that's over 100, that's less than 100, that's over 100. So if I put that one down to 75, that one goes amber. Now let's do that again. I'm going to edit that one now. So if I go back into that data graphics and edit that one, so I'm adding to it, new item. This time I want the name displayed as text, and I want no label, so let's get rid of the label, and this is going far right. Let's just go right in the middle, so it's going to be right in the middle. Click OK to that, OK again, and now you can see the process in black on blue. So if I want to change the design of this so that stands out a bit better. Now back to the data tab, one more, because we've got the name, not the name, the status. If I go into data graphics again, edit this one, create another item, new item, status, select an option. So again, we've got different options. Let's look at the data bar for a moment. So you've got data bar, don't really, progress bar. Let's go for that progress bar. See what that looks like. And I want this at the bottom, actually, far right bottom. Let's see what it looks like. I might not be happy with this one. So that's not really reflecting this at all. So that doesn't really work for this. So I'll go back in and get rid of that, or I'll edit that one and just pick a different edit item. So I don't want that. Let's just go for text, because it's going to come up with this sort of information, and I want it in the bottom, far right bottom. I don't want a label, no label. OK, OK. So completed, completed, completed. So I'll just change one of these to something else. In progress, so it's in progress. If you want to change the alignment on this, you can just click on that and just go left aligned, left. Got it. Okay, you can just realign those things there. So that's a quick video on shape data, adding your own shape data, deleting the one that's preset, and then looking at data graphics and adding data graphics and editing data graphics to various shapes. So hopefully that was of use. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you on the next section.